Yes, I know I'm in the polytunnel and we're here to do the garlic harvest, but there's a reason for that. It's because it keeps raining and raining and raining. I've been trying to film this video for about the last past hour and it rains all the time. So we're in here to start the video off, to get the intro done, to have a bit of a chat and see how things are going. So like I say, we're gonna pull the garlic. I'm a little bit late, but I've been on my holidays and whatnot. Now I'm back, so now it's time to pull it. In the last few years, I've done garlic. It's been brilliant. It's been really, really good. We've had some great results. Nice big bulbs. There's lovely cloves. It's grown really well. Use the pallet collars outside. Same technique, same nutrition. Started off nice and early. I started the garlic off ages ago, a long time ago. Good that it grows all the way through to the colder months, then into the warmer weather, then it frees up a bed sort of July time. When you harvest it, frees up a bed, space to put new crops in and get things going. I'm a little bit worried, and I've mentioned this in a video previously. I think when I did the plot tour, we had a little bit of a quick look at the garlic through the net, and it just doesn't look right. You know, you can't really see it because obviously the bulbs are sort of grown under the ground, but to me it doesn't look right. Based on previous years, based on what I've seen, it just doesn't look very good, and I'm a bit worried. But it's funny because it's been a bit of a weird year. Lots of people have been talking about this, weather-wise, all that sort of stuff. We had the invasion of the slugs early on in the year. We had a mild winter that I think sort of helped to contribute towards that. It's in July now, you know, we're maxing out here in Scotland at about 20 degrees centigrade, and we're going right down to about 10 degrees. We've got 9 or 8 degrees centigrade overnight forecast over the next week. Rain, it's raining all the blooming time, honestly. We get sun, we get rain, we get rain, we get sun. It's just a bit odd. And has that caused any problems with the garlic? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. But anyway, other things are going okay, some things not so good. I just wanted to show you this. I've just been doing a little bit of picking some things just while I'm here. We've got courgettes that I wanted to turn into marrows again. Last year, the courgettes were terrible. I did them up at the top end of the plot. They were awful. Looking good. We've been picking cucumbers, looking good. And I have never seen so many raspberries. The raspberries at the top of the plot, bless them, they get abused a bit. I don't look after them very well. They got pruned back really hard in the sort of autumn, winter sort of time, and they're really producing. There is loads. I mean, that's just one tub. There's loads more tubs like this, and I reckon I'll be back up here at the weekend picking more for at least another tub or two. There's loads of them on the go. But yeah, something's good, something's not so good. I'm a bit worried about the garlic. Anyway, enough waffling on about it. I think the rain might eventually have stopped. I can't hear the pitter-patter on top of the polytunnel. So let's head outside, let's have a look and see if the garlic's any good or not. So this is the garlic bed. I almost said garlic bread there, garlic bed. This is pretty straightforward. It's just a pallet collar. It's got one of these lids on the top where we've got the hoops and the netting over the top, because when I've put these out in the past and they've been just had like the small sort of green shoots coming up, the pigeons that live in the trees over there like to come over. They don't eat them, they don't damage them, but they do peck at them, and I think they're like little worms or something. They peck them and they come up. There's a few weeds in here, but this bed has been weeded throughout the year. Couple in there, nothing exciting, some willow herb and whatnot, but nothing that should really cause any problems. And look at it. There's a few scapes on them now. Like I say, I've been away for a couple of weeks and just back, so I've not caught the scapes in time. But even even the scapes are pathetic. Honestly, look at them, and I can just see. I just know, without even sticking my finger into the ground to feel it. They're small. They're skinny. They look hopeless. All the leaves are starting to go brown and yellow and sort of die off. So I know it's ready to be harvested. So I guess there's only one thing for it, and I am using my fork to lift it. I remember a couple of years ago getting wrong off our dear old departed friend Steve from Greenside Up, when I sort of used to just yank it out. But any alliums, no, get the fork in there, leave it up. You don't want to damage them, especially when you want to store it for a long time, when you want the skins to form, when you want to store it for a long time, like garlic, like onions. And speaking of the onions, the rest of the alliums, the onions, they look blooming marvellous. We'll have a look at them at the end, so I'll take you over, we'll have a look at them, just to show you the difference between those alliums and these ones. But we'll see. Let's get in. Anyway, but if you want to store them for a long time, you want to store them without them going fusty, without them rotting, without them damaged, try and get the fork underneath, lever them up, don't damage the skin, don't damage the roots, that sort of stuff. The more you can bring it out in one whole piece, the longer it's going to store for. But I'm just randomly picking this first one here. Let's get I'm even a bit embarrassed, honestly. If I didn't laugh, I'd cry. Look at that. Look at that. One sad little garlic bulb, and I think looking at it, it's actually, is it split into cloves? I think there's maybe what 3 or 4 cloves on there, and I reckon, honestly, this one looks even smaller. This one in the middle here, this looks even more pathetic. It's maybe about the same, but this is a new variety. And just now when I'm doing it, when I'm thinking it through my head, this one looks a bit thicker. I'm just going to pull this out whilst telling you this, that normally I get my garlic from the garlic farm on the Isle of Wight. I think it's quite popular. I think a lot of people get their garlic from there for planting. That's where I've got it from in previous years, and it's always been really good, really great. This year, for this garlic, I got this from DT Brown, and it was a variety called Checkmate, which I think is unique to them. They're the only ones who sell it. And you know, I would say it's the variety. I mean, look at that again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 cloves in the bulb, and okay size. But you know, I'm not going to be using it for a long time. It's not going to last very long. And normally I would say, you know, that's obviously the one difference here. Honestly, sorry, some of these are absolutely tiny. I'll show you this at the end. We'll have a look at the end of all this all together. But yeah, so it is a new variety for me to try. But I'm not convinced that that's the problem. I honestly think it's been the growing conditions, and by the growing conditions, I mean the weather that we've had. It was a really mild winter. There's not been a lot of sun. I mean, look at it now. There's grey clouds over there as far as I can see. But the rain, all sorts of problems. And my plot neighbour, Evie, over there, who is one of the world's best gardeners, allotment here, she grows some of the most amazing stuff. Her and her husband, John, brilliant stuff. She showed me some of her garlic just before I went away on holiday. And I've got some in the polytunnel. Now, bear with me a second. I'll go and grab it and bring it out. Let me show you this. So this has been drying out in the polytunnel for a couple of weeks, and it's just like mine. It's exactly the same, that sort of small, not very big. I mean, it has formed, you can tell it's had frost. It's formed into cloves within the bulb, but it's just a bit small, a bit pathetic. Normally what I would do is harvest all the big bulbs, take them home. It's a bit of a chore. Split up all the bulbs, get the cloves, peel them in the blender, bit of olive oil, whiz it up into an ice cube tray, so make sort of garlic ice cubes, chuck it in the freezer. It will last you forever in there. You pop them out, you're cooking a chilli, you're cooking a spag bol, whatever you're cooking, chuck a cube of garlic in there, job's a good one. But all of it, I'm just going to go right to the back here to have a look. We're just picking random ones, and I don't know why I've got any hope left of it being a decent crop. I'm trying the ones at the back, the ones in the middle, the ones near the weeds, the ones far away from the weeds, and they're all just coming out small and pathetic. But anyway, I'm going to harvest the rest of these. We'll get the rest of these up. I'll come back to you. I'll show you these. We'll get a bit closer. I'll show you the other ones. Well, we'll have a look at the other alliums just to show you the difference between them and these, and see if anybody has any idea about what's happened. So if you were having a bad day and needed something to cheer you up, give you a smile, give you a laugh, well, have I got the thing for you. Here you go. My garlic crop for 2024. Look at these beauties. Look at them. My days, they are pretty sad and pathetic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to use it. I mean, is this about the biggest one here? This one here, and it's, I mean, look, I'll hold up my hand so you can see just how small it is. It's pretty pathetic, but these are the ones that my plot neighbour gave me, and they look pretty small as well. They're not looking great. They're not looking ideal. I'm sure she would have loved them to be a lot bigger as well. It's just one of those things this year, but alas, that's where we are with things. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, push comes to shove, I go to the shop, we buy some garlic when we run out. You know, it's not the end of the world. But let's just have a quick look at the end here. Some of the other alliums, some of the onions that are busy growing away. So these ones here, these are the Senshu. These have been overwintered. But they overwintered, I did start them in January. They've been out in all the cold weather anyway. They're bulbing up nicely. They're looking lovely. I don't think it'll be long before I start seeing the tops falling over on these ones. Apart from this one little funny one down here that's not doing anything, the rest of them are looking absolutely grand. So I reckon soon enough those ones will be ready. And let me have another walk down here. There is, believe me, there is some good looking Bedfordshire Champion onions in here. It's also full of weeds. It needs weeding. Oh, honestly, it was all clear. I cleared the plot before I went away on a holiday. What's that, 2.5 weeks ago now? Come back and there's weeds everywhere, honestly. These are the Red Baron, grown from seed. I should say the Senshu ones that were over there, they were grown from set. These ones grown from seed again. You can see them there. Look at the size of these. They're starting to put some good weight on. They're looking big. They're looking chunky. Loads of green growth. Looking absolutely smashing. And let's just have a walk down here to one of the sort of overflow beds. You can see this area is still being worked on. Needs some paths and things put in. But these again, I think these were some spare Bedfordshire Champions. And look at them already. I mean, they're looking decent. And again, this bed, there's weeds in it about them and stuff like that, not affecting the growth, not causing any problems. Yes, it needs tidied up. Yes, it needs sorting. But the onions themselves are looking absolutely smashing. So there we are. Some you win, some you lose. Good courgettes, good cucumbers, good raspberries, good onions. Terrible garlic, but that's just the way it is this year. Not to worry. Anyway, that's me done for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, folks.